great. That was the first flight we've done since we broke our nose wheel. And Matt and Pauline went a little bit further onto the canyon. I didn't feel like we needed to do everything in one day, but we've done a couple of circuits, had a nice little regional flight, and everything went well. So restored my confidence.
We've had a really nice day here last night, except we've got a bit of a mouse problem. It's eaten a hole in one of our thermorest. It's really cold this morning, as you can see. I'm wearing my winter woolies. I never thought I'd do that in Africa.
Traffic in the Cannon area, Delta Uniform Romeo Microlight, lining up in Cannon Airfield, left hand out towards the canyon at 4,500 feet, Delta Uniform Romeo.
Very windy on the ground.
Yeah. Well done though. Excellent.
Little balloon there. That's the hardest thing when you're learning, is that little last bit.
Yes, I'm sure.
Because you balloon.
It's a fairly important bit though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. You couldn't really have wished for a better day. The sun was just rising as we went off, and the shadows and the light were just perfect. It was fantastic, and thank you very much, Matt. I really, really enjoyed that.
Pleasure.
Well, I've just been up with Matt in his Microlight, and just a most amazing experience. Liz is up there now, and they're just about to land, but the wind is really getting up, as you can see, and probably hear. So it's going to be probably quite a tricky landing for Matt.
kind of 5 or 6 weeks ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is really, there's that place called Safari Light, you know, where we stayed, that you can camp.
Oh yeah, that's on.
Yeah.
I think we should just get on the road
You guys that arrive with
and
3 days together.
just see where it takes us. Don't worry about all this planning stuff. That's just my opinion.
Where to next, Jeff? We can go to Tanzania if you like. We can do Botswana. I quite fancy going to Botswana. Mozambique's a must
Yes,
at some point.
that would be good.
And maybe we'll just spend a few days in Zambia. And,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What a good plan.
I mean, we've pretty much been through Namibia.
Are we on
So-
our way up to Zambia? That's so cool.
Yeah, so
That'll fit in well.
yeah, we'll do Zambia and
Wow, what a good idea.
Hi, we are sitting here in Helmeringhausen, some one-horse town in the middle of Namibia. Fabulous place, cold ice creams. Now moving on to Malta Hohi. Sounds a bit like my toffee ice cream.
Well, we're driving from Fish River Canyon to Sestrium today. It's about 500 kilometres. So far we've travelled about 350 to 400 kilometres. It's been beautiful countryside. We've had these wonderful rock formations, and the day, as you can see, is absolutely perfect.
We're driving along the road C19 from Microlight towards Sestrium. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening. We've got about 40 kilometres left to Sestrium, and yeah, we're hoping to find a campsite before the sun goes down.
We found last night this beautiful campsite just near Sestrium, and when we arrived it was just ideal, perfectly still. We had a little braai place in the middle of the table. We had a beautiful meal, and then we went to bed, and about 11 o'clock the wind started, and my god, the wind's been howling all night. You can see the tent over here, it's almost flat, and all of the tents have been like this. It's still a wonderful place, but I think we're probably going to have to move on. There's no way we can get the microlights to fly here. So Matt, are these ideal flying conditions?
Yeah, maybe for flying in a tent.
But how about microlight?
No, I don't think so. We could maybe hold on to the wing and fly it like a hang glider. But there won't be any flying in winds like this.
Well, we're in the Namib desert at a place called Walvis. Now the Namib desert is about 300 kilometres by 150 kilometres, covering something like 32,000 square kilometres. Absolutely huge. And this beautiful red sand was probably formed in the Kalahari about 3 to 5 million years ago. And it was washed out into the sea by the Orange River and then brought up the coast by the Benguela current and deposited here. And it's a really spectacular scenery. This year we've had a lot more rain, so we've got these beautiful flowers this year.
Well, I've just climbed to the top of this ridge, absolutely exhausted, but what a marvellous sight. There's water in this vley, and this really only happens very, very rarely, sort of once every 20 years probably.
Well, it's yet another windy morning at Walvis. We're hoping today to get the microlights fixed up so that we can fly this afternoon. But every morning you can see it's really windy, and you certainly wouldn't want to be flying in this.
burning along the road, and about 35-40 meters back there's a little bit of a drainage line that comes across, and as we went through it, the axle which runs through the back of the trailer just snapped. If you look down there, you'll see what's happened to it. Matthew's suggesting going back to the farm and getting the farmer to weld it. Personally, I think we should just take the remaining fuel in those jerry cans, just pour it over this thing and just burn it. I'm fed up with, first it was the nose wheel, now it's the trailer. This is definitely going to delay us.
Okay, we're on the way to Walvis Bay, and we got off early from the campsite, about 8:30, having packed everything up. We felt very proud of ourselves, and then this happened, and just another little problem. But Darren's gone back to see if he can find somebody who can do the welding for us, and hopefully we'll get this fixed fairly shortly and be on our way again. That's where it is. You see? There's the broken axle.
Yeah, please not touching.
Maybe are you taking lots of good and proper?
Yeah, we've got the new axle.
Thanks to Michael at Sausage Flay Lodge. We've got a good welding job here.
Excellent. Right.
Dust was fabulous.
Steve, are we ready to go?
Fortunately we're ready to go, but it's taken us a couple of hours. We found really helpful guys back at the Sausage Flay Lodge who did the welding for us. Superb job. In fact, if this axle goes again, it's going to be the original weld on the other side that goes. The guy, splendid, put a nice big pipe in it. We'll travel some while yet on what they've repaired.
But yeah, basically I've done 200 k's up and down looking for a welder, and these guys just rode into town. The first person they talk to is a welder.
Such is life.
Story of my life.
Okay, we've just turned up here, and tell me what's happened.
Well, this morning we broke an axle, and it took us about 5 or 6 hours to get the axle mended and repaired. And to do that we had to take everything off the trailer and schlep back to the previous town, bring it back, mend it, put it back on. We've driven no more than 30 kilometers and we've broken the other side of the axle. The good side just snapped.
And what else?
And one of the tires is shot. Because the axle snapped, obviously the wheels bend in, and
yeah.
If you have a look, you'll see substantial damage.
Well, last night as we stayed the night in Solitaire. The axle broke twice yesterday on Steve's trailer, and we're staying here and getting it fixed. So let's go and have a look and see how they're getting on.
This is the one half of the axle. You can see here that the outer casing's been taken off. Vickers over there is going to take the casing off the other side of the axle so that he can weld this middle pipe together and then reinforce the outside and hopefully make a strong joint.
We're talking about Vickers cut this open and we found a pipe within a pipe within a pipe, and he's just gone into his workshop and pulled out a few pieces, and interestingly enough we've got this pipe into which we can put this pipe over here, and Vickers has kindly found out that the pipe which we put into the pipe yesterday fits into this pipe, so we'll cover it with a pipe and we should be good to go.
We'll first of all weld this 3 pieces together, and then we will put a reinforcement across here to reinforce this outside pipes as well.
Alright, quite literally this is what happened to the last bunch of tourists that came through here with a trailer. Basically this just proves what kind of environment we're living in.
Well, there's the repaired axle on the front of the Land Rover, and they're going back now to fix it to the trailer. So we stayed the night here in this lodge, and I must admit it's a lovely place right out in the middle of nowhere. There's great food, we've got a petrol station, there's a little store, and we've got this great lodge here. But an awful lot of people would be really upset with all the tragedies we had yesterday, but it was great to see how our team really bonded together and everybody played their part and really took it with good humour. And last night we all celebrated in the bar and had a drink, and it was a wonderful evening. So it's all part of the experience.
Well, it's nice and misty morning in Walvis Bay, and we decided to go on a bit of a dune experience on the quad bikes. So there they're all lined up ready for us, all running, ready.
These footprints that we're looking at could be up to 150,000 years old. Incredible.
I brought this lady from Darmstadt near Frankfurt, and she wouldn't stay behind me. She went all the time in front, and we went up this dune, and she came screaming past me. And she went over that dune and she landed here.
And I left her there.
It's just so brilliant. Okay, Liz.
Okay, off I go.
Did you find that made you feel 18 again?
Well, it made me feel 14 actually.
That was so much fun.
Really brilliant.
Wasn't it just the best?
I lost all my fear by the end.
So you were going to walk around Walvis Bay. What do you think of this?
This is fantastic. I'm so pleased everybody persuaded me to come. It was great. Tremendous fun.
And by the beginning, Liz and I were at the back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we planned this in a drunken stupor last night.
You planned a skinny dip.
Yeah, we planned a skinny dip out past the thingamabobby. Jeff, get the thingamabobby. The thingamabobby. Okay, so we haven't actually done very well this morning because we've done it fully clothed and we only made it out about 5 meters.
But tomorrow
is
the day.
No clothes and past the thingamabobby.
Alright, my grandpa Bob Esmond actually came from these parts. This is Swakopmund. We just come from Walvis Bay as well, and he was a lighthouse keeper. He used to keep the lighthouse at Pelican Point and here as well. So we're going to go inside now and see if we can contact anybody who may have known him, dealt with him, or basically just remembers him.
Look how huge these are. We have to go for a walk after.
Thank you very much.
Guys, I'm going to propose that we just ration ourselves a little bit. So that, you know, maybe at the end we can have like a...
We can survive.
How are you going to eat that?
With difficulty.
That is amazing. We won't have some.
Have you ever been to Mug and Bean and ordered lemon meringue?
Look, you got 2 pieces of chocolate cake. Oh, look what's coming.
I'm so glad all those donations came through last night.
So did you.
I'm having one of these. Whoa!
Well, we're just arriving at Etosha Park, and obviously we can't ride the motorbike through the park, so we're going to try and put it on the trailer now. So let's see how we get on.
It's very close on the end here, guys. I prefer to shift it an inch towards Izzy. Just I think maybe...
This is little Claudia. Claudia, say hello. She's here with her brothers, just watching us put the track onto the trailer, which I think is very interesting.
So you've been taking a few more elephant pictures, have you?
I've probably got about 1,000 of them. But the little ones this morning were so cute.
Well, this is breakfast time in Etosha. It's our last morning. We've had 3 nights here.
What's the temperature in your tent last night?
I've got a little one of those sports watches with a digital thermometer on it, and it read 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, I want to take you through the cornerstone of every nutritious breakfast. You need bananas, your basic food groups, raisins, muesli, all bran flakes, milk and yogurt. Last most important thing, gloves.
Okay, we're just about to leave Etosha, and we've been trying for the last week to get the flight authorities to fly in Zambia from various Zambian departments, the Air Force, the Civil Aviation Authority, the Internal Revenue Authority. I counted yesterday 26 phone calls to date. We still don't have the authorities.
Okay, well, this is what we have out here in the bush every day, and we're celebrating our last day in Etosha. It's been a marvellous, marvellous trip, and we've had some real treats, and today was a real special treat, seeing the leopard in the tree. There we go.
Okay, we're here in Grootfontein. This was saying that as we're supposed to be going north, the temperature is supposed to be increasing a little bit. Just want to show you, normally we have nice warm dew on the bike. This morning we have a complete frozen Virgil.
Thank you for looking after us so well. We really enjoyed it here.
That is nice. That is
Special. Standing here on the Kavango River in the Caprivi Strip near Bagani. An interesting fact about this river is one that it empties into the Okavango Delta, and secondly it's one of the few rivers in the world that doesn't empty into the sea.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting. What's happened is these gentlemen have come from Zambia. They went to Walvis Bay to collect a heavy loader, and they've had a blowout on the way. Apparently it happened 6 o'clock yesterday, and they've been sitting here and they say not a single person has stopped. All they need is some pressure to pump up their tyres, which we're helping them to do, although the little compressors we carry for the vehicles are not enough for a truck, but hopefully it'll get them to the next town where they can get to a garage and fix themselves.
We're at the border post, just going into Botswana. We've got to go through this this dip.
I was making tea for everyone over here, and next thing I turned around and I saw this warthog come flying through here and just dive into the box over there and eat all the rusks. It's quite scary. Go. He's just thinking, rusks.
Do you think he knows?
Yummy,
They're homemade rusks.
had a lovely afternoon game drive. We had elephants and giraffe together in the same area, and we were there for about an hour and a half, and it was absolutely beautiful. We had one elephant within about 8 feet of us. Wasn't phased at all by the vehicle. It was a real delight.
Well, this is exercise time in Chobe at Ihaha camp. They've got the skipping ropes out, they've got water bottles being used as dumbbells. Seem to be having a good time.
We're at Kasane Airport Saturday afternoon, getting ready for a scenic flight along the Chobe River. Just had a few problems getting into the airport. You can see it's quite a formal airport.
For takeoff, climb to 1,000 feet AGL. Equivalent 1020.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26, climb for 1,000 feet, QNH 1020. Delta Uniform Romeo.
Okay, you ready, Jeffrey?
We are ready.
So he did all the calls, and so yeah, it's my first time at a real airport all on my own. It's quite a funny feeling, but it's nice.
So there's the Chobe River.
Say again?
There's the Chobe River.
Yeah, the Chobe River. Namibia's on that side, Botswana's on this side.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting because all that water that you can see on the other side is all just flat plain water.
Yeah.
It's not main channel water. You can see straight ahead there the main channel kind of has got quite a clear distinct point. Airport. We've been cleared by air traffic control to land on runway 08. We're coming down from 4,300 feet, so we'll be landing at about 3,300 feet with an airspeed of about 49-50 miles an hour, which is good. Hopefully there'll be no turbulence off the tarmac, and we'll have a good end to a thoroughly enjoyable flight. perfect landing. Ropey takeoff, perfect landing. That was beautiful. Very beautiful.
That was great. Thank you very much.
It is a pleasure.
Long, we want quality and length. Oh, blimey! Jules, where did I hit you?
Nice one, my sweets. Nice one. That's impressive.
And I have to go back. This is our challenge.
That's impressive. Oh wow. Hey, Mr. Yoga. Good on you.
Push and go!
Rolling all over the floor, slipping on Jeffrey's marbles.
I'm left to do the work, Jeffrey. After such a spanking ratatouille dinner conjured up by lip smacking you yourself, I get to wash up all your crappy dishes.